Welcome back to another market closing live stream. We've got a few things to do. We got to figure out what the heck is going on with AMC. We've got to see how this market is going to end today because, well, guess what? This is the first week of June, is the end of the first week of June. We got our jobs data, which honestly was kind of boring. Kind of thought that it might be a snooze. Talked about it yesterday. It ended up being a snooze, okay? It's a little crazy. All right, we're going to try something new today here. Let's see here. Okay, let's try this. Okay, I'm going to see if this is crazy or what happens. Change the chat a little bit. All right, folks, let's go ahead and see exactly what's going on. We also know, and this becomes very important, we know that we have CPI data coming out very soon. So we're going to be talking about that. And we're expecting the market to really start potentially, well, really just start preparing for CPI data to come in. We're expecting a big number year over year, expecting a small month over month number though. So that'll be a big mover for the markets. And we do have SENS exploding off of the 30% gain that it had pre-market. So we were 32% pre-market after the good news on the diabetes related studies yesterday. Did then settle around 30 to 26% this morning, but really opened up sharply to the upside here, up 44% here. Yeah, actually, for giggles, I'm just trying this right here. Okay, we'll see how it is. This right now is subscribers only chat. So in other words, if you want to chat, you just have to press the red button. we'll see how that works. All right, folks. So we got SENS, we got DocuSign. Geez, DocuSign went to 19%. Come on, y'all. Oh, man, I kick and scream about that one every time it's under 200. I tell you, when I invest, I look for the rubber bands. I look for opportunities where I see stocks consistently go briefly below a target number, and then they fly above it. And this is the same thing that happens over and over again at DocuSign. DocuSign at under 200 is a steal, and it continues to bounce above that. On top of that, you've got Microvision. Look at that. Microvision just hit $20 again. This is another one that literally dances from $7 to $20 over and over again. I've been saying it for weeks. A lot of you folks have been buying it, and here you go. It's up and again 11%. We've got ChargePoint up 6.74. This is all the good news. There's bad news too, like Workhorse is in the freaking toilet, and AMC's having a little bit of a tantrum here towards the end of the day, but we'll deal with that. We've got 4% on Tesla, which whatever. Where are the other $300 that are missing off the price? But anyway, Ubiquiti. Wow, Ubiquiti 320. So this thing sat at 275 for quite a while. Every time it went under 275, rubber band back to 275. Every time it went above, it went back down. It was really stuck with the lawsuits around 275, started getting shorted more. And all of a sudden, this thing just broke out. It went over 300. Now here it is, over 320. Really, really incredible. What's up, Lori? I see you there on Facebook. Folks, Workhorse, look, it might be in the toilet today at 11.6% down. But remember, this thing's up like 30% over the last few days. My options on it, I want to say I'm up like $23,000 right now on the options. And we invested about 44, something like that. So it's not as huge as it was yesterday because we did have a little bit of a dip yesterday, had a little bit of a dip today. So, you know, what are you going to do? That's the way the market works. But the thing is 50% short. I mean, essentially, I'm rounding here, 49.66% short. So I like that. About the potential. SoFi is another one, although the short interest on SoFi did just plummet about 7%. So it's not as short as it used to be. A little bit of a bummer, but it happened fast. Like in a matter of a day, it just U-turned here. Most importantly, though, we've got AMC here. AMC trying to get back to our line. So I did a little bit of transitioning in AMC. I did a couple of things. So yesterday I had a call and a sold put, both bullish moves. And what I did is I took a tiny bit of profit. I want to say it wasn't at the peak. It was like, I want to say I did it because I was on the upslope on this, and I took some profit right around here at 55-ish, 54, 55-ish. I took some profit on the sold put and the call. And the reason I did that, and I'm going to tell you what I just did because it's still bullish, so don't worry. The reason I did that is because the sold put, the put contract, expires in 19 minutes. And so I would be getting assigned shares at $73, which after the $17,000 credit would be worth somewhere around $49. So, and I'll share screenshots of this later. We'll do that separately. And then what I did is I bought a new put right around over here in this mess. So I bought the put. I sold the put. So I got myself another sold put contract over here. And so now I'm agreeing to buy AMC at $40 on June 18th. And I'm getting $13,000 for making that agreement, which is freaking awesome because it basically means I'm buying AMC at like $30 a share, which is really, 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 really cool, especially since right now it's at $48. So I was really happy about that. And the pricing was just like beautiful. But anyway, yeah, so I'll share screenshots and we'll go into more detail about that later. I just wanted, because I know many of you are here wondering, I wanted to give you that that update here. So bullish moves and grippy man. How am I broadcasting FUD? Like nothing I said was FUD. I just gave strategic input into exactly how I am making money. And still making bullish bets on AMC. So I don't know how that's FUD. So I think you got some nonsense there in your text there. Maybe chill out a little bit because we're we're on the same side here. All right. So let's see what else we got here. So let's see. Close 49% short. Is it 49% now? Because we ran it earlier. It was definitely in the 40s. And I didn't know it got that high, though. That's crazy. That's crazy. So the chat right now is just open to subscribers. So even the I guess the one individual here out of the many of you who's very supportive here, that was a little cranky. Maybe we could turn him around. I think we could turn him around. I think everybody else seems pretty happy and optimistic here. So right now I'll pull it up here. Let's see here. Okay, so my sold put positions positive by about $162 right now. So not a lot. I'll pull it up here. So this is a bullish call. It's a bullish move. People mistake. Most don't understand what a sold put is, and that's fine. That's why I'm just saying it's bullish. Anyway, it's up like $225 right now, but I don't really care about that $225. I care about the fact that worst case scenario, I just got $13,390 for taking this contract. And it's really awesome. So hack sign 21. You think I got triggered? You want to see triggered? Let's go. Give me a real debate. Let me debate Newsom. Then you could see a real debate. Oh man. So yeah, look at this. Oh, Sundial. What a U-turn on Sundial today. Oh my gosh. That was a U-turn. That's rough. Yeah, a lot of the momentum stocks U-turning here today, and a little frustrating to see, obviously, because we're big supporters of a lot of these companies, so it's a little frustrating to see that. All right, what else we got here? So, yeah, I see your comments here about Newsom. That's awesome. All right, what else? So, all right, 15 minutes to the closing bell. Yeah, a lot of momentum got screwed today. And, if anything, that kind of just shows you that, Workhorse had some fantastic momentum. It did escape our rubber band line, unfortunately. It is still substantially short at 49%. Shorts have added to this. Yeah, posters should be getting mailed either this weekend or early next week. The sorting of the custom signature ones took a very long time. So we had to watch the 32-hour live stream. But anyway, so next time will be faster. But anyway, Workhorse at 49% short. I think the shorts are reloading the shotgun here, and it's just a matter of time. So I'll keep playing that. Profitable so far on the trade, and intend to continue to be. So we'll hold this one. On AMC, it's going to be interesting to see how price action ends today. Hopefully we rubber band back here to the line. I'd like to get above our line. We've really been struggling today, partially because volume has been a lot lower than it really should be. Volume started falling substantially this morning, and it fell quickly. And I think that's why we just didn't have a strong AMC day today. But we knew that literally when we did the market open, the very first minute that we had, the 20 million shares, just wasn't as strong as what we could have had. We've had 52 million over here before. Don't get me wrong, it's still very, very strong, especially if you look relatively, but I'm talking about like Tuesday, Wednesday, volume levels, which I know were exceptional days, but those were early indicators that, oh my gosh, this is going to be, awesome. Yeah. Oh, duh. I totally forgot. I don't have the chart up. Thank you. It's like one person says that. So, but yeah, this is what I was saying here. This is the line we want to go look at. And I really want to see us run back to this line here. Just hold this line. But we have pulled back a little bit here. All right, I'll see what else we have here. So, okay, yeah, good. The position right now is up about 455. Cool. All right. Pershing, this one right here, I hate to say it. It's a little bit of a, what's it called? Kind of a little bit of a slap in the face by Bill Ackman again. He kind of screwed us, I feel like, the first time with the pandemic, shorting the pandemic while going on CNBC, going wah 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 about the market crashing and needing 30-day lockdowns, and then here he is hyping up the biggest SPAC ever, which it is. But come on, man, 40 bill for Universal Music. I don't know, man. I don't know. Newsom's got to go. Newsom's gonna go. So the crazy thing, folks, we talk about it all the time. It's the next governor only gets one shot. You get 1 year to prove yourself. And Newsom doesn't need another year. He's had 17. Anyway, let's focus here on, we've got our closing bell coming up in the next 11 and a half minutes. I do want to mention that next week is it the next week? Hold on, the 13th. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's the 10th. On the 10th, which is next Thursday, we will have CPI data, which is the Consumer Price Index data for inflation. This will give us a very good tell on month-over-month inflation. With the jobs data that we had last month, with basically 2 misses in a row, some folks are worried that we're going to have a larger spike in the month-over-month data. I don't know. I think a lot of our month-over-month pricing increases really already got built in from our last CPI report, which wasn't too good, coming out in May. Now we're getting the May data, obviously, coming out here in June, but that's going to be very closely looked at. And I'll tell you, so far with the jobs data and if CPI comes in good, it's not going to give the motivation the Fed, or it's not going to give motivation to the Fed to start changing their policy stances anytime soon, which is good. Realistically, we want that strong, solid growth while at the same time not being fearful that rates are going to skyrocket. At the same time, we have the 10-year Treasury kind of plummeting today, 1.56. Nice plummet there right after the jobs number. That's when our plummet came in. Let's go ahead and take a look at the movers here. Yeah, things are really slowing down into the close. Wow, DJ Medusa. I mean, how could I say no to you? All right, BFLY. I'll pull it up. It'll take me a second. Diminishing returns coming to short squeezes, 100%. Absolutely possible. And that's not me trying to spread FUD. It's just, remember, this is something I've mentioned even before I invested into AMC, is we've got to be careful that the hedgies are a little more prepared. And this is one of the reasons why I'm bummed, but we haven't really seen them cover that much, because the short interest just hasn't been falling rapidly. It's fallen like 1%. Even when we had 100% gain, it was like, this to me means the short squeeze hasn't happened yet. What's really happened is a gamma squeeze. It's all of us buying the shorter term calls, and which is fine. I had them as well. I made money too, net in my positions. I got started a little late, but still made money. But yeah, all right, we'll get this short interest up here. Yeah, I think that is a very fair warning there, so thank you for sharing that. All right, we'll get the short interest calc up. We've got DocuSign sitting at like 20%. My goodness. 19.5%. Sends at 42. BNGO 9.26. ChargePoint sitting at 666. Okay. CLII at 9.16. We got Tesla is almost at 600 again. Yeah, no kidding. I will say Microvision has had quite a day. It's been very, very good. Neo 2.54%, also doing decently here. All right, let's get that short interest percentage for you. So 1 second. Pull this up here. Let's go ahead and we'll give CNBC a shot for a moment here. Let's see what they have to say.
That's one aspect of it, but really it's been very difficult to have an edge one way or the other. There was this report out there that some Wall Street banks are kind of limiting hedge funds' ability to go further short some of these. And really, people are just wary of the volatility, and they want to stay out of the way if they're not directly trading it.
Delano, any sense of the institutional buyers in this stock, the hedge funds that are just chasing these retail traders and making a lot of money with it? I mean, it can't just be retail traders driving this up.
Yes, sir. I'm not sure on the institutional side. I will say from the clients that I deal with, there are a lot of clients that, formerly had no interest in even, checking accounts or kind of the stock market themselves, but they really wanted to get invested in or kind of inquire about some of these meme stock names. And I think what that tells me is, this is more, based a lot on momentum. I think the original concepts are still around, which was the original concepts from the original entrants and the people that got in at lower prices. They were looking at something that they felt was undervalued. And I actually want to double back with the great interview that you guys had with Mr. Cashin. This is actually an interesting area where I think there's something going on where there are more intelligent investors in this situation. There's people that understand the risks.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull down off this. So this is Butterfly is 11.2% short. And here is somebody's wondering if short interest has gone down or not. And so this is the chart here. You could see at the beginning of May, it was about 21.09, 22.9 or 59 over here. And we dropped to about 18.09 a couple days ago. Or sorry, yesterday. Yesterday was 18.09. And now we've gone down to 17.65. That's where we stand right now. Beyond Meat's pretty shorted as well. Actually, that's one that I covered in my next short squeeze
Thousands of investors
target
meet in Miami
video
for a cryptocurrency conference today. Twitter and Square CEO Jack Dorsey among those in attendance.
Considering building a non-custodial hardware wallet, and the thing we want to do is make it completely in the open. So from all of our software to all of our hardware design will be open source. It'll be on GitHub. We don't want to compete with the hardware wallets out there. We just want to take it to the next level and get to 100 more million people who have non-custodial solutions. And we're likely to do it sometime.
Well, thanks for that, Jay Brew. Appreciate that on the course shout out there. Let's go ahead and jump on over to the stick since we are getting into the close here. So right now we're about down 7% here on AMC. This is about where I sold the put, which again, that is a bullish move when you sell a put. So that is bullish. I did do that transaction. It looks like right at about $47. So, Lori, what city you in? But anyway, yeah, this is very, very important. So we'll keep an eye on this in terms of what levels we're hitting here. Let's go out to the 30-minute here and see how supports are looking. Hard to chart here. We'll go to 5 minutes. So let's see here. 5 minutes here. Yeah, that was a good dip right around the 47 figure. Yeah, this is when we knew we had weakness in the day. Was when it became really tough to initially get up over this. Did have a brief run here, very brief run, and this is where I did take I did transition out of some shorter term options I had, and then I was able to buy back in over here, just sort of watching the trend of the day. Once we started hitting RSI, oversold here, it was a good signal, as well as hitting an overbought over here, and then an oversold over here. I'm thinking 2 steps ahead, so I'm now confusing myself. Oh, look at Sundial. Wow. Look at that. As soon as it broke through our line at 1.14, And see, this is happening live, folks. Again, people don't believe technical analysis, but we've had these lines on here for months. And once it broke through 1.14 with momentum, look at that momentum push through. Boom. It fell right to our next level of support. And now it's working over here. So we'll see what it does now. But it's definitely playing right there. BTN. This is happening live. So this is no editing. Yeah, the pricing's in the process of getting changed with the marketer. So you could try what's in the description on the course, but they have all the pricing's out, and it needs to get updated. It takes a very long time to update. Is the problem. I used to pull all-nighters to update it, but now I hired someone to do it. Then they're awesome. Love them. So shout out to them. All right, what else we got here? All right, let's look at some of the other stocks here. Build-A-Bear, 6.52%. Affirm, Lordstown, Canopy. Yeah, a lot of red today, and just in things that have done very well. It's unfortunate. Nobody likes to stick around with all the red. All right, we got about 3 minutes to the closing bell here. 20%, a full 20% now in DocuSign. Here, this is the mover and the shaker today. That's incredible. And even now, 13% on Microvision. Also very, very incredible. 4.6% on Tesla. Almost over 600 here. Churchill is sitting almost at 24. It's really trying to get back to our line over here. Pretty incredible. Roblox. Oh, Roblox fell back under 100 again. So it's such a great move. Let's listen to CNBC for a moment on Bill Ackman, and then we'll go back to the sticks here.
Deal values UMG at $42 billion, about 17% higher than the level a Tencent-led consortium boosted its minority stake by 6 months ago. Now, this transaction is actually structured as a stock purchase, not a merger. That means Pershing Square Tontine is not taking UMG public. It's listing in Amsterdam anyway later this year. The complexity of it all, the target being Universal Music Group, was met with mixed emotions on Reddit, although the prevailing voice of the market indicates dissatisfaction, with shares of PSTH declining today, although up from its lows. Now, important to note that this deal is not yet final, and it's actually possible that the definitive agreement may look entirely different than what was laid out today, or may not happen at all, guys.
Pretty interesting and pretty complex. Leslie, thank you.
All right. Yeah, Bill Ackman here in a SPAC. Okay, we are very, very close here now to the close. Looking at Workhorse here, down about 11.95%, following some incredible runs here. To me, these are insane runs that we've had here on Workhorse. Very, very profitable here. Still up, obviously not up as much as I was with some of these pull downs, but I can tell you, this has short squeeze written all over it. Who knows when and if it needs some momentum to happen, but at 49.9 or 49.66% short, I'm waiting. So in the meantime, yeah, a little bit of red coming into. Hold on here. Let's go to the 1 minute chart. No, just green here, basically going in on Tesla. Let's just grab AMC. Watch AMC at the closing bell. We got 30 seconds to go. AMC down 666 right now. Really soft going into the close here. Seeing a slight elevation in volume, but it's still relatively soft. 20 seconds to go to close the day out, sitting at about 6.7% to the downside right now. Build-A-Bear sitting down 6.33. It's had a heck of a day. We were up 9-10% at one point. I was watching it live at 10%, and now we're rotating down. Let's get this bell.
Big week-to-date gainers. Energy up 6.6% on the
there it is, the closing bell. They are too loud to even have anything be heard, so we'll just talk over it. So AMC officially down 6.51%, ending at $48 flat. Sundial down 15.5%. BTX down 14.23%. You got Bill Ackman's SPAC also down 11.9%. But more interestingly, we've got Workhorse down 11.65% and AMC down 6.51% to cap off the week. Let's see what Sarah Eisen has to say.
Senior markets commentator. Take a look at how we finished up the day on Wall Street. The Dow did close higher by 180 points, about half a percentage point. 34,777 would have been a record close. But for the week, the Dow is up about 0.7%, second strong week in a row. S&P 500 up 0.9%, just shy of a record close for the week. Also up about 0.6%. By the way, this S&P finish, best day since May 24th. NASDAQ also having a very good day. Technology was the leader in the market today. It closed up 1.5%, best day since about May 20th or so, and also a third week in a row of gains for the NASDAQ. Growth has come back over recent weeks. The Russell 2000, it underperformed today, still closed up about 1/3% and almost a full percent on the week. Coming up this hour, an exclusive interview with the CEO of Aurora Cannabis. His thoughts on pot legalization in the U.S. And
you just hear that? Sarah Eisen says, I swear, I haven't heard this phrase in a long time, folks. Did y'all just hear what Sarah Eisen said? Growth has come back. Oh my gosh, I did not think I would hear those words.
On stocks like Apple and Microsoft and Amazon, which had been weak yesterday, really coming back nicely today.
They have, yeah. So the NASDAQ did manage to nose above, NASDAQ 100 did manage to nose above where it was in February. So it's sort of constructive in the sense that you had this massive slug of market value that had been more of a headwind than a tailwind. And now it's at least for a day participating as yields came back. I think in general, incredibly calm action intraday. Look at that intraday chart of the NASDAQ. I mean, it basically just repriced higher and then managed to sit there for a while. It's been the story for weeks in the overall indexes as well, about 7 weeks. I've been saying it feels more like traction than slippage under the surface, and that probably still remains the case. But of course, we park it right at the all-time highs just to create a little bit of suspense as to whether this is just another top end of the range and one of these jobs day culminations of a move as opposed to the start of something new.
Ed, when you see yields pull back again as they have today and the corresponding sector performance, does it alter whether you want to have cyclical or growth exposure for the rest of this year?
I don't think one day is going to change the trend as far as our sector exposure. The big story here is probably more about earnings growth, and the earnings growth is going to come from those cyclical sectors. So those are the areas we like for now. Interest rates would be an added tailwind if we get a steeper yield curve for the cyclical sectors. But that's probably more symptomatic of why you'd want to be in the cyclicals rather than the reason for being in them.
But Delano, there's a real debate right now. You were saying last hour that growth looks good if you think the Fed is going to stay on hold, if we keep getting jobs numbers that are underwhelming like this.
Yep.
Yeah, Sarah, and that's exactly right. If you believe, the Fed's going to stick with their mandate, and we're going to see, job numbers that are not fully showing recovery and not fully showing where the Fed would like to see, then you would want to stick with some of the growth names who've been beaten down, year to date. And obviously, as Mike was explaining, they've kind of had some traction here the last couple of weeks. And ironically, some of the growth names had a great value.
No kidding about turning down the closing bell, Mike. Okay, let's go ahead and pull off this for a moment. Let's give Fox a shot here. Let's see what they got, and we'll go back to the sticks here in a moment. There we go. What's Larry got to say? Larry, what are we talking about?
Retailing is booming. Second quarter GDP.
Hey, he's talking about the V-shaped recovery. It's like the good old days.
According to the Atlanta Fed. And basically, pro-growth policies from the Trump administration have
Why is he so yellow?
Generated the lowest unemployment in 50 years when we slashed taxes, minimized regulations, generated energy independence and tough trade deals. Okay, those policies are still paying off. It is still a V-shaped recovery. So to be real simple here, since it's not broken, why fix it? Now, another encouraging sign. It looks to me like President Biden's grandiose tax and spend and green entitlement, central planning, government control, sort of like Bulgaria before the wall came down, all that socialist agenda looks to be in some trouble here. Only one 51-vote reconciliation bill will be possible in the Senate, as we learned this week. And apparently, President Biden has withdrawn his corporate tax hike yesterday in negotiations. And the going from 21 to 28 is no longer going to happen, according to.
All right, we're gonna pull off this. You know what I just want to say is I think it's hilarious that Larry Kudlow is the king of the V-shaped recovery for pretty much the entire pandemic. The entire pandemic. I see a V. I see green candlesticks. I see a V. And it's funny now he's got a platform on Fox, and literally the entire time He's on Fox. He's always trying to reiterate the V. It's brilliant.
Its third straight weekly gain here. Its longest streak since early April. It's up now about 15% so far this year, and less than 3% now, by the way, from its all-time February high. Digging into the movers, NVIDIA, your best performer today. It's up more than 20% in the past month. Maxim, Analog, and Marvell also outperforming. Bernstein's Stacy Rasgon says from a demand point of view, semis still look strong here, meaning end markets from PC to auto appear solid. Next year, though, he says it's a tougher call with concerns about the sustainability of demand. And
all right, boring. Let's go to let's go to the sticks. All right, so we saw things closed. A little soft in the after hours here on AMC. My position right now slightly profitable here, but yeah, a little soft right now. We've got. Glad I took advantage of the little higher point that we had here. Still in it, but I did do a little bit of a day trade. May as well. So did a little bit of a day trade, repositioned, which was good. Made a little bit of profit, worked out. And big goal always is don't lose money, right? You don't want to lose money. But anyway, so what else do we have here? But still we're all in on the bullish position right now. So Blink 1.47 to the downside in after hours. Lordstown down. Rite Aid down. We've got let's see here, cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin under 37K. Ethereum's up a little bit, almost at 2,700. Doge almost back to 38 here, a little over 38. We've got Teladoc moving in the afters. It's a very big Kathy play here, Kathy Wood. What else? Anything else? I think we did well here. I think we did good. I mean, it was honestly, it was a very, very good week. Next week is going to be one that causes heart palpitations because of the CPI data. That's what everyone's going to be focused on next week. For right now, though, I have to say I'm happy. We got through a very, very profitable week in many different stocks, many different sectors. Things like Sarah, she said it herself. You know, I kind of agree with what she says. Feels like growth is back. I mean, let's do this for a moment. Let's zoom out for a minute here, and let's just look at the day chart, you know, because, you know, y'all know I'm here not just for one stock. I just don't cover crypto. I don't just cover AMC. I don't just cover Tesla. I really want to equally cover as much as I reasonably can, which is a very large swath of everything. And I also feel like it gives me a better perspective of things that are happening in the market. You can see some of the notifications I set earlier today. So I use the little notifications to help me know when there's a run or a dip. So useful, by the way. That's how I was able to do some swing trading today, the notifications. Just so you're not sitting there all freaking day long staring. Yeah. Notifications, folks, really, really important. And yeah, consider getting the Webull app on your phone too. Remember, if you do sign up for Webull, start by going to metkevin.com/Webull. Deposit $100. They'll give you 2 totally free stocks worth up to $1,850. Just go to metkevin.com/Webull. While you're in the App Store, you may as well get the Meet Kevin app so you don't miss any notifications. So if I do a video on top 5 stocks to buy today or sell or whatever, at least you get the notification so you can make your own opinion. All right. What else do we have here? What else moved? Let's see. The big mover, obviously, Sens today. Absolutely huge on very, very positive data on its studies. So important for bio. I mean, that's what these things trade off. And they'll trade off a spike like this, honestly, for like 6 months, kind of fizzling out until they get a new study or something. It's pretty incredible. Bio's tough. Bio is tough. Tough. So, all right, what else we got here? Microvision. You got to turn on dark mode if you signed up for Webull and you want it to look cool. You got to use dark mode. I shouldn't be saying this. The coupon code in the description, the expired one, probably still works on some things. You can try it. I haven't pitched it like once this week because it like one at a time we're changing the pictures and doing the picture and trying to change. There's so much to change. Teachable needs to make it better. It's so hard to change the price. It literally, it takes us about a week to change the price. Whatever. We'll get it changed. Anyway, okay, so, and then I need to change the description of it. There's just so much going on. It's my fault. Anyway, we'll get that fixed. So that'll be fixed soon. Sundial, very, very, I mean, look at this. This is what we wanted to look at. Look at the runs, folks. Look at the runs. I mean, and usually I don't say look at the runs, okay? I mean, nobody wants to look at the runs, but I mean everything. It's just like looking at the week broadly here. The last 7 sticks here, or 4 to 7 sticks, solid greens here across the board, with the exception of obviously Pershing over here got wrecked. But even Workhorse, amazing. Arcimoto, amazing. Volatility's down. SoFi, killing it. Honest did well. Zom did well. Build-A-Bear crushed it. Tilray crushed it. Lordstown crushed it. Aurora, sometimes we get so caught up in the day-to-day. Like even C3AI. C3AI is down in the last couple of days, but look at how much it's been crushing it coming from the hole. Look at GameStop. It's been crushing it on the day chart. Canopy, crushing it. Redfin, also doing very well in the day chart. Clever's doing well. Clever's, back over $10. Nordstrom, here's where you got some softness, which, folks, we talked about this. We talked about the potential for a rotation away from recovery stocks and retail into tech. Specifically when everybody's like, Gavin, should I sell my tech? I go, why would you sell your tech at bottom? So rotating away from retail. Retail in the last week, not so great. Recovery. Then again, United did okay. Simon Property Group's doing very well. 132. Very nice. That's very impressive. Cannabis slowly coming back. Good to see again. Fubu TV. Very nice. Good. We're on a good path here. Yeah, Recovery Cheesecake not doing so great. A little bit of a drop there. We got Whirlpool rotating down a little bit. Gap rotating down. Ford killing it after the Lightning reveal. The rumors around the Lightning. Walgreens has been kind of flat for a while. It's been a little boring. Did have a great run after November, though. Enphase has got some work to do. Pinterest did pretty decently, but also has some work to do. Day chart's a really good way to get sort of perspective on the recent trends. Amazon flat, not a surprise. I'm not going to click through all of these, but DocuSign just, wow, absolutely killer. CTRM, let's see, CTRM. Castor Maritime. Yeah, it's also been on a rough downtrend, huh? All right, I hear you. Yeah, look at that downtrend on CTRM. Come on, that's crazy. Oh my gosh, it keeps going. Oh gosh, look at that disaster. I mean, here's a stock that literally went from over $16 back to about $3. Oh man, that's rough. That's rough. That's a rough one. All right, I do want to see AMC again here. Well, here Tesla, 4.58%, ending at $599. Not quite getting to that 600. Classic. And of course, CrowdStrike did off. Yeah, I'm surprised the cybersecurity is rotating down. Let's listen to this retail revolution.
And as an investor at Lightspeed, my daytime role is to invest in really early stage startups that are helping power the economy. So I've invested in retail investing startups. Lightspeed has invested in retail investing startups. And personally, I also invest in some of these. I think when I came on the show a couple of months ago in January at the height of the AMC GME saga, what I was saying is that this is really the investment mindset taking over all retail investors, and brands are going to need to be tapping into this investment mindset more. And just a few days ago, we saw AMC release their new product, the AMC Investor Connect, a platform for them to go directly to their 3 million retail investors. So it seems like a lot of this momentum is just continuing to play out, and I'm not sure it's going to stop anytime soon.
Yeah.
You've also been doing some work on
this. Folks, I would say this has been a very, very successful week. It didn't end hot. It didn't end as great as it could have ended, but I think this was a phenomenal week. I've got my item level 1337 rare coffee mug over here. Thank you very much to all the fans. Can we see it? Can we get it? There we go. Look at that. Binds when picked up. Sorry, I can't send it to you. And it's held in offhand. But anyway, yeah, take what you can get, folks. I hope you had a successful week. Always love being here with you. Thank you so very much for your continued support. We're on, we've been doing these live streams now, the open and close, for about 5 months now. Probably about 5.5 months. It's been fun. Hopefully y'all appreciate it. Hopefully if you do, subscribe, stick around. I have no plans of stopping the market open and close live streams. I'm really enjoying them. So hopefully you are as well. It gives us a good opportunity to talk about what's going on in the market, rotations, and looking for opportunities. So, folks, thank you very much for being here. See you in the next one. Bye.